Hey everybody, welcome back to the Gulf Coast Huddle, brought to you by Lone Star Gridiron. Each week, Chris Daly and Mike Foreman break down all the Texas high school football along the Texas Gulf Coast. Now, strap on your gear and let's go.
Lone Star Gridiron is looking for interns. Over the years, we have helped dozens of students get jobs in sports media. If you want to shortcut your path to a career in sports media, click on the internship link on LoneStarGridiron.com. Hey, do you need topsoil, fill dirt, sand, mulch, gravel, limestone, you name it? Do you need that delivered and or spread? Texas Tree Cycle in Victoria has you covered for residential and commercial projects, big or small. These guys do it all. They do some amazing work. You can call them at 361-237-8006 for a free estimate. That's Texas Tree Cycle, bringing quality materials to your yard. All right, everybody, join me in welcoming Mike Foreman to the show. Mike, how you doing?
Doing okay, Chris. How about you?
I'm doing great. So, you were there with the El Campo Bay City, watching the oldest rivalry, continuous rivalry in the state. What's your report from there?
Well, my report is I was really impressed with Bay City's quarterback, Kemarian Wiggins.
Mm-hmm.
He is a junior, and he is quite an athlete. And the other thing is their line is very young, but they've got size. And so I think they're already good this year, but I think next year they're going to be a very, very good football team.
Nice.
And El Campo, it was kind of strange in the first half. El Campo did exactly what it wanted to. It controlled the ball. In fact, it had the ball for 17 minutes and 30 seconds.
Wow.
But then they go to halftime and they're down 14-10 because they didn't, they got a field goal. They missed, they turned it over on downs one time. And so even though they were able to control the ball, Bay City would hit them with big plays. And so they're down at half, and then in the second half, Bay City scores on their first play from scrimmage. They kick off, they hold El Campo, and then they score on their first play from scrimmage. So all of a sudden, it's a 3-score game. Mm-hmm. So, El Campo obviously had to change its philosophy, and it really didn't work out for them. So, I don't know. El Campo it's not quite as strong as it's been. But I still feel like they have a good chance to finish third. That could be determined this week when El Campo plays Calhoun, actually.
Yeah. I was talking with Coach Hernser, and he said they're very similar in how they play, and he said you look at what they do, and they look like us wearing different uniforms.
Yeah. There's no doubt they like to run the ball, and they have two good running backs. I mean, Vlad Garcia and their other running back, Garcia's more of a physical type runner, and the other runner is more, he's more of your speed type runner. Right. So, and so they do a good job with that. But, it's just Bay City, I didn't think there was any question that Bay City was the better team. But, and Bay City, they had a shot to beat Lavernia. And, of course, they didn't do it. But, I really see that as coming out as that district, Lavernia, Bay City, probably, and then El Campo and Calhoun, however that order.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 16 district. The two at the bottom are 0-3, so the 4 teams are decided. It's just a matter of positioning for those few spots.
Yeah, so that's really what's going on right there. And so, It was a good game. I mean, it was a fairly clean game. Not that many penalties.
Yeah, good. Well, there shouldn't be this time of year.
Yeah, and the thing is too. I think Coach Jones from Bay City pointed this out. The rivalry is not quite as heated as it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, I remember you could always count on penalties and sometimes fights, but this time it was pretty much great football. Not too many really bad penalties, and that was good to see.
Yeah, definitely. And then if you look over at Quentin Cuero and Sinton's district,
yeah.
that one's wide open still, except for Rockport Fulton. Looks like they're going to run away with the title, but those last three spots, that's going to be tight.
Well, actually, Sinton still has a good shot at the title. I mean, they played the last week, and it's going to come down to that game. If Sinton, here's the deal with that: if Sinton wins by more than 1 point, it's going to be the top seed. It'd be a three-way tie, and Quail would be second because, at least according to what Coach Feacock told me, they go strictly by points. They don't do points then head to head.
Really?
They do straight points. So if the only way that could be different, if Rockport wins, then it's
right.
The district champion because it'd be unbeaten, and then Quail would be second and Sinton third. But if Sinton wins by more than one, it will be the top seed. Quail will be 2, and Rockport will be 3. Now, if Sinton were to win by 1, then you'd have a three-way tie with the exact same point. So, and then you'd have to flip a coin to determine seeding.
Right. Yeah. Well, but again, you're saying Sinton's they basically have to win.
Yeah, well, Sinton has to win to have a share of the district championship.
Yeah.
But if they win and they win by more than 1, they also get the top seed. So it's a big game for Sinton and Rockport, of course. I don't see Quail losing to Ingleside or Sinton losing to Robstown. So Quail will close out the regular season with Robstown. I think Quail's going to win its last 2 games. So I'm real curious. We'll see. Be interesting to see how Rockport does against Sinton. If I'm not mistaken, I think Rockport's off this weekend, and that'll mean they have 2 weeks to prepare for Sinton. So that should give them a little bit of an edge.
Yeah.
And of course, the other district, I don't know if you went to Industrial and both.
No.
But Industrial won that game. And that puts them in pretty good position now. Actually, it's not out of the question that if Industrial could beat East Bernard and Brazos, it could finish second in that district. So it's a tall order, but it's possible.
Yeah, definitely. Anything could happen. It's interesting this time of year because there's so many games that are, so important. Because like Edna, they beat Goliad.
Yeah.
They still, they have what? West Oso, Palacios.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I was going to say, if Goliad, they could easily win districts still, and they could also easily get probably as low as third.
Well, I was out at Edna actually yesterday. I was talking to Coach Dixon, and it looks like unless somebody gets upset, it's going to be Goliad first, West Oso second, and Edna third is how it'll shake out because of the points. They do points, and then they go head-to-head. So that would mean Goliad has the points advantage, and West Orange not West Orange, Orange Grove.
Orange Grove,
Grove beat Edna. So that would put them second and Edna third. So
for Edna to get there, Goliad would have to lose to Ranges Pass.
Actually, Edna needs Orange Grove to lose. Because if they were to tie Goliad, then they...
Oh, you're right. They've got the head-to-head there.
Yeah, so that... what Coach Dixon was saying, Edna's more healthy than it's been, and they're starting to play better. So, that's encouraging for them. Okay, I think the idea is on the seeding is Llano is out there, and that's the team I guess that everybody's looking at as far as the region. So. I guess it depends on what your seed is when you would have to play Llano.
Right.
But, we'll find out. Edna, like you said, is going to West Oso. Goliad goes to Ranges Pass. And I guess Orange Grove is playing Mathis.
London, I believe. Or is it Mathis?
Yeah, it's Mathis because Palacios plays London.
So,
now, Mathis, they surprised somebody. I don't remember who it was. So, that you can look at that. I know West Oso's had some injuries. But, they, I don't know. We'll see, how it kind of shakes out.
Yeah, so have you decided where you're going?
Well, I'm kind of torn here because I'll tell you the truth, as far as the area, there aren't that many great games, or key games. I mean, there is Calhoun and El Campo, and we also have another one is Fall City at Yorktown, which I'm not really sure. Yorktown's unbeaten, but it hasn't, they haven't played like Fall City or Shiner yet.
Right.
So, and then I'm considering, I know it's not really a good game, but maybe going to Refugio because I have not seen Refugio since the Edna game. And I'm kind of curious to see how they're playing. Of course, Ganato's playing Bloomington.
Right.
And, I've seen Ganato a couple times, and I just don't, that game, I just don't see how Bloomington can match with them.
No, that won't be a very entertaining game. I mean, unless you're there to watch somebody run the score up.
Yeah, basically, and of course, there's also Columbus is at Hallettsville, but I just don't think Hallettsville is going to be able to hang with Columbus.
Right.
And so that's just kind of, it always seems like there's a week or two out of the year where this just happens, where there's one of those weeks where the games aren't, in the area. They're games on the road.
Yeah.
But it's like, they're awful far away. And,
I'm considering the Ocampo Calhoun game myself, but I'm not positive yet.
Yeah, and they're also, Victoria West is off this week. And East is at home, but it has to play San Antonio Piper.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
Say no more, right?
Yeah. I mean, you go through all this, and your last two games are Piper and Smithson Valley.
Oh, gee.
I mean, it's like, oh my gosh, The only good thing I think for them is that game against Smithson Valley next week. I believe it's on the road, but it's a Thursday game. So at least they get over with early.
There you go.
Yeah, it's been a rough year for East. I feel really bad for, coaches over there and the players, because they're in a tough situation.
Yeah, for sure.
But, so, it's just this week. Next week there'll be, depending on what happens between East Bernard and Industrial. If East Bernard wins that game, then Tidehaven and East Bernard will be squaring up for the district title.
Yeah.
So that could be a really big game next week. But, nobody really challenged Tidehaven in that district.
No, I really haven't seen it.
Yeah, and I think they go to bowling this week. So, I don't know. I kind of thought bowling was going to be a little better than it's shown this year. I'm kind of surprised at that. But, otherwise, I don't know if there are any real surprises or not. Kind of next week, too, I think Kennedy and Weimer will play.
Yeah.
And that could be, a game as far as seeding goes. So, because obviously Ganado is going to win the district. But Schulenburg, Weimer, and Kennedy are going to be the other three teams. And obviously you want to try to avoid being fourth because you get Refuria first round. But so that could be interesting because right now, obviously, Weimer, if Weimer wins out, it's going to be second. And Schulenburg beat Kennedy, so it would be third. And Kennedy would be fourth again, which is what exactly happened last year.
Right.
At fourth. So, that could be. Now, unless Flatonia plays spoiler, then that could really mess things up.
Yeah, and, it'll be interesting on attendance because it being Halloween, you may find some families not wanting to do the football thing.
Yeah, you're right. And Halloween, and not to mention it's going to be a little cooler.
Yeah.
And, depending on how cool it is Friday night, I don't know. But that could have some effect. You're right. The Halloween thing is, I think that's going to definitely play a role in it. So, there liable to be some people don't want to leave home on Halloween. So,
right.
Yeah, I totally understand that. So, but I believe too, is today or isn't Snapshot Day coming up?
It's this week. I know. I don't know if it was today, but
I
but
know.
I know it's this week is what I remember.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious about that. I definitely, from what I've heard, I definitely think Shiner is going to come back to Division I in Class 2A. I think London has a real good chance of moving up, and Hitchcock as well, from what I'm hearing. So it's always interesting because, that obviously affects how realignment goes. Yeah, that's going to be real interesting. That's always interesting every 2 years. You see, UIL was voting on extending that to every 4 years, and it didn't pass, but that would have been interesting. Oh, wow. I didn't see that. When did they vote on that?
Yeah, it was this week. They I don't even know if it came up for a vote. All I know is it was supposed to be discussed this week.
Oh.
But they decided, it's not happening.
Okay. Because, you as well as I know, things can change dramatically in 2 years.
Oh, yeah. That's huge, especially with these suburbs of the big cities that are just blowing up. They could go from 3A to 6A if you wait 4 years.
Yeah, that's right. And then if you leave it 3A, they've got like a 3-time number advantage.
Yeah.
Teams are playing. So obviously, I didn't think that would work. I was curious to see, I guess I should check to see if the Legislative Council would approve the home field advantage, for the lower classifications.
Right.
because I think that's a good idea. Now, they did say they're going to put a mileage stipulation in there, because some of these schools, like in far South Texas and West Texas, there may be they may be 500-600 miles apart.
Yeah.
So, I guess in that case they're going to make them go neutral. But otherwise, I don't understand. Like, for instance, Ganado or Shiner, they're going to play probably a team from pretty far South Texas. And why should they have to travel after winning their district? To me, you should reward them, with the first, give them a first week home game.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just one of those deals where no matter what you do, somebody's going to think it's not a great idea. But you're right. I agree with you. I like getting a home game.
Yeah, I do too, because as you know, the first week is very difficult to find a place to play and to get officials. So that would, ease the burden on a lot of people.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's just what I was thinking, because it's funny, I was talking to Cuero, and when someone was telling me, well, I hope we play La Feria in the first round, because they had to go to La Feria last year. So that La Feria would have to come to Cuero this year. So, because of that, what is it, a 3 or 4 year rule or something, or 2 years? Yeah, that if you go home and home, that you have to go the next time to the other side. But, so that would take care of a lot of that. But, well, I think after this week, we'll have a little bit clearer picture, although I think quite a few of them are going to go right down to the last week.
Yeah, definitely. There's probably, I'd say at least half of the districts around here will be decided in that last week.
Yeah, so, that's going to be interesting, and of course, a lot of it will decide the district title, but then you're going to have, situations where what team gets in. So, we still got a lot to decide.
Yeah, no doubt. Cool. Well, gosh, I guess we'll just have to wait and see, because, like you said, there's so much still up in the air, and I don't know. It's exciting this time of year, that's for sure, but it finally feels like football playoff weather.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah. Of course, by this time next week, it could be 85, 90 degrees again.
Yeah, that's true. Heck, it could be by tomorrow, the way this weather goes here.
Yeah. So you have a good weekend.
All right, you too, Mike. We'll talk soon.
All right, see ya.
Bye.
Coaches, boosters, parents, every sport deserves a spotlight. From football and volleyball to basketball, soccer, baseball, softball, track, wrestling, and more. Give your athletes a weekly coaches show that builds pride and raises funds. Lone Star Podcast Network makes it turnkey. You talk for a few minutes. We handle production and distribution. Sponsors love it. Families share it. And your program benefits. Get the free information kit at lonestarpodcast.com/coaches. That's lonestarpodcast.com/coaches. Your team, your sport, your show.